Man, TV used to be so interesting. Anyway, what up? What's up, guys? It's Bishop. Talking a little bit about my day. Got a little Bible verse today that I'll share at the end of the video, and I'm also sharing my most embarrassing moment of my life thus far. A few people have asked me that in my time, like on YouTube and stuff, and I've always been like, I'll do a video, and tonight I just remembered. Also remembered to shout out GH Pizza, someone who watches my videos, so shout out. So here's what's up. My day today. I slept in till 2. 1:30ish, 2. It was good. It was a good needed rest because of how crazy busy my weekend was, but it was good to get rest, to get up, and then I imported Brandon Heath's CD into my laptop that I received from Caleb. Praised out a little bit this morning. Ate a little bit, just kind of chilled. But texted a few people. Got ready for work, and I worked tonight 4 to 11, and it was good. I was in the customer service booth. Time kind of went by because there was some work there when I got there, so I got that all caught up, and then more work came in as I work. So that was good. It was a good night at work. Nothing too crazy happened actually tonight. Is really just really laid back night. I'm trying to think if any customers came in that I have a story about. I don't think so. At the grocery store I work at, it's like, like I said, it's like a little mom and pop grocery store. Well, it's bigger than that. I mean, there's 8 of them within the area I live in. But other stores have cheaper prices than we do. So it's our motto to overwhelm them with our service, our positivity. So, I do have something about work anyway, but we overwhelm them with our positivity. And so a lot of times when a negative customer comes in, we gotta basically stretch strings, whatever, to keep them shopping at our store instead of going to a franchise like Kroger or Walmart. So a lot of times at work, we do get negative vibes and stuff like that, and negative energy from people. But the positivity needs to overwhelm them. We really can't respond back negatively because we can't afford to lose a valued customer. So each day I go to work, I definitely pray that God gives me the patience, and He gives me, lets me be a positive light, and just keep a positive attitude and stuff like that. So through Christ strengthening me, if it wasn't for Him, I wouldn't be able to do it. Just because working at the customer service booth, people return products because they were overcharged 10 cents. Sometimes you just wonder, like, what's up? Come on. And so, and some people come in, they're always so negative, so hateful, and it's all our fault, and that they could go to Kroger or they could go to Walmart, and I'm like, why not? That's what I want to say. Like, someone comes in they come in with a product, and they're like, I bought this here yesterday, but it's $3 cheaper at Walmart, so I'm returning it, and I bought the one at Walmart. And they're like, this is terrible. Why should I even shop at this store? Because it's always so cheaper down there. You tell me, why should I shop here? And I don't know what they want me to say. I can't be like, what, you're wrong. Your Walmart receipt is wrong. Our receipt is right. Like, no, obviously it is cheaper. So I try to explain, hey, we're an employee in a grocery store. It's, this is what's up. You kind of pay for the service almost. And so, it's definitely something that's taught me a lot about my life. But the Bible verse of the day relates to what I'm saying when I say a lot of people come in negative, a lot of people come in hateful. Like, I can imagine if someone gets a birthday cake and it says Happy Birthday Ruth on it, and the birthday was for Rebecca or something like that. That's kind of a big deal. It's her 18th birthday, that's a big deal, and we messed up the name. Like, stuff like that kind of happens sometimes, just because there's a lot of cake orders. Little things like that happen. But there are some people that come in so negative, so many days, and sitting back, in the customer service booth and dealing with these customers daily. We get the same customers almost every day. It's almost like, what's going on in their lives. It's like encouragement for me to find out what's going on in their lives. So So I try to talk to them a little bit, about life and stuff, and usually they just kind of naysay it and walk away. But the Bible verse of the day relates to that. The Bible verse of the day is out of 1 John 4:8. That's 1 John 4:8. It says, "Whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love." And there's my answer. And it doesn't seem like these people show love, and there's a lot of people in the world who don't show love. And a lot of people wonder why, and think like, oh, why don't they show love? Like, why are they so negative? It's because they don't know God. And that isn't for us to take back and be like, they don't know God, but we do, so we're alright. No, that's encouragement for us to share God to them, to share Christ's love to them. We can't sit back and just be like, oh, that's a lost soul, but I'm saved, that's good. No, that's not what it's about. It's about living for Christ. It's about spreading the good news. It's about showing people God, showing people Christ's love. If you don't tell them, like I've said before, how do you know no one else will tell them? So that should be encouragement. Read 1 John 4:8. Whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. And that should be encouragement for you guys. Like I said in yesterday's video, we need to show love to our parents, to our family members, to our friends. That's what it's all about. If we're always showing hate and negative feelings, people are going to sit back and be like, oh, geez, I don't want to hang out with him or her, So we need to show love, guys. We need to show those fellow Christians out there, followers of the Lord, we need to show that we know God, because God is love. We need to show that love. It should be encouragement. Also, Brandon Heath's song, I talked to my friend tonight, Amanda, about Give Me Your Eyes for a little bit. Kind of like I said in the video before, Brandon Heath's songs like Give Me Your Eyes for Just 1 Second, and it's a great song, look it up. But he talks about, like all the people that we just walk by each day, and me and Amanda were talking about, there's no such thing as a stranger. You know what I mean? Like, to me, there's no such thing as a stranger. People who walk by me, I'm like, hey, and they're like, I don't know you, but it doesn't matter to me. You know what I mean? It's like you do know, we're brothers and sisters in Christ. Like, we are, related. We are Adam's descendants. Like, we know each other. You know what I mean? Like, it drives me crazy how you walk on the street or at the grocery store or wherever you go. You guys should take notice of this. How many different people you walk by in a day? Just take a note. Like, count them if you want to. And just sit back and think, how many people did you ignore? How many people did you not talk to? What about that song by, like, Touched by an Angel or something, where it says, what if God was one of us? Like, God's in all of us, and we're ignoring him. We're not talking to other people. We're not showing that love. Just encouragement, guys. Don't be strangers. Don't be strangers. And don't think that anybody else is a stranger. Really, don't. Okay, here's a story. Alright, ready for this? Most embarrassing moment by Bishop. So this was when I was in 7th grade. Sixth grade, about 6th grade. I was in a contest for like a science fair project, and I'm not gonna say I won, but so I sound so arrogant, please forgive me, I'm sorry. I did win. I did win my little division, but there was like a bunch of bigger divisions, so but anyway, I got a cute little trophy. But so I'm at this competition, and it was a science fair competition. The thing that I made, or like my science fair project or whatever, was I made little rock candy. Like, they come out on a stick and, you eat it or whatever. Rock candy. As a kid, I loved it. So I like made it, and that was the science experiment, was like making it with the syrup and all the food colorings and stuff like that. And it was an okay project. There were a lot better. I don't think I should have won, to be honest, because I just made something. I really didn't like prove an equation or scientifically do this. So I made that. Well, anyway, I'm at the competition, and basically judges walk around and they judge like you have to give up, you have to explain it to them, and then they have you test it, and then you sit down. That's basically it. Well, I, would stand up even before the judges come. Matt? I tell you what, I tell the man I'm doing a video, but he still needs to come in. So the judges would come by, and I would stand up anyway. I would never sit down because I always thought that was rude. Maybe that's why I won, because I was up and standing, and hey, how are you? My name's Andy. Here's my science project. I don't know. So anyway, so as I'm standing there waiting to be judged, and there's a bunch of tables with all these different science projects, like, people doing this, people, having an airplane, like all these crazy awesome things. Well, I'm standing there, and I see the judges, like, they start in the back and they kind of work their way up. So I'm standing there waiting, and I notice this girl, I notice this girl, like, kind of sitting to the front of me, basically. And I'm standing there, my pants pulled all the way up, shirt tucked in, real goofy looking guy. And so I'm standing there just waiting to be judged, okay? And then I see this girl, she's sitting down, or whatever. And I thought she was looking at me. And I'm like, oh, wow, this girl's looking at me. I feel cool. So, so I kind of, give it a little, little bishop smile, that right there. And so I'm like, and, so I kind of like, pick up a piece of rock candy and eat it because I'm like on cloud nine, because this girl smiled at me. And so, so the judges are still a while away, so I'm like, maybe I could talk to this girl a little bit. We weren't supposed to leave our station, though. So, I thought maybe, maybe if she, waved at me or something, maybe that would start a signal. Maybe I would wave back, and from there it would blossom. It would bloom like a flower, or so I thought. So, I take another look, and she's kind of looking away at this point, so I act like I didn't look at her, and then I look back again. And then she's looking at me again. So then she waves. She does one of those. And, I mean, at grade school, this is a big deal. Whatever happened to holding hands? Anyway, that's a big deal. Even now, if a girl did that to me, I would be like, oh, that's a big deal. So anyway, so she does one of those numbers to me. So, I'm just kind of like like a little goofy kid. Hi. And, oh goodness. So, after I do that, and I mean, if I go out in the mall and do this, everybody's gonna notice me. So she notices me doing this, and she goes, no, not you, the guy behind you. And I was like, what? And I turn around, and there's another guy, and he just gives me the trigger pull. And I was like, I just got shot. And I'm like, I got shot down by this girl, and this guy she was waving at when I thought she was waving at me just triggered me. So embarrassing. And so I like look back at the girl in like this frantic fear face of embarrassment, and I was just like, I started talking to myself. I was like, oh, sorry. And then I ate rock candy, and that was my most embarrassing story. So feel free to type your own or send me a private message of yours, but I felt pretty embarrassed to this day. And I'm sure that girl could still recognize me, and if she does, she might be like, hey, not you, no, hi, not you, no, him, and just make me feel worse.